Evening all, Abaddon here, back with another Eve Echoes DIR Reflections 3v3 PvP Arena video. It's now nearly 8:30 in the evening here in Malaysia. Had a long day. I was out at 8:30 in the park with the kids and only just got them to bed, so I've already missed the first half hour of this. But I thought I'll jump in and, as usual, do a few fights consecutively in live. I think the last few times I've done this, the last couple of times I've won all those fights, but you never know what you're going to come up against. So anyway, I thought I'll do that again tonight, and we'll see what's changed in this, if anything, in terms of the meta. But currently, the meta, as far as I'm aware, is still the kind of nightmare teams. But anyway, let's jump in, let's get started, and we'll keep the action rolling, hopefully. Last night, after I finished recording, I did actually lose one game. It was a nightmare with 2 rattlesnakes. I actually kicked myself afterwards because I turned off my shield boosters on 2 of my accounts because I thought they were targeting one and didn't realize that they'd actually changed target halfway through and actually lost one of my ravens, and it actually was very close. I did kill the nightmare, but by then I'd lost one of my ravens and the other 2 rattlesnakes were able to tank me and beat me. So anyway, so what have we got here? It's a rattlesnake, a raven as well, and an Abaddon. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hit the raven first because that's the most snipey out of those 3. I am going to back away again as usual, move away from them. I don't see anyone coming in, but I will approach. So there's a bit of damage coming in. They've reduced about, taken about let's actually turn my target painters on as well, and actually let's start applying the damage mods, the ballistic on there as well. So let's see how tanky this raven is. Is he as tanky as I am? And then my secondary target will be the Abaddon, who is actually coming close. So what I will do is when he gets close enough, I will try and tackle him. The raven may actually, I'm moving away from him. I have to be careful that I don't go out of range. He's obviously shooting with large missiles as well at 105. I don't think the rattlesnake is probably doing that much damage at the moment. I am eating through his shield as he's obviously my primary. He is approaching as well. So the Abaddon is going to be my second target, and I assume he's going to be pretty tanky. The raven will be going down soon. I'm on about 50% shield now. I can turn on another damage control on there, and then okay, obviously now the Abaddon, and again I'll keep backing away, just buy myself some space. There's no immediate panic with the boundary. I will turn around when I get a bit closer. Obviously he's definitely not shield tanked. That was stripped pretty much instantly. Very little damage coming in. My shield is actually regenerating now on my second. So the rattlesnake is still trying to close, but not successfully. I think once this Abaddon goes down, I will start closing back on them. But for now, unless he drifts out of my range, I will just keep drifting away. So obviously he won't be doing that much damage from out there. Let's actually just check what he has. Has he dropped any sentries or anything? No, he hasn't. So don't know what his top slots are. So the Abaddon is now at 50%. He seems to have stuck at 56. He's not. He's still approaching, but I think it's fairly desperate now, and I can actually stick on my damage mods again. Another set. It seems like they've changed target now. They are now hitting one of my other ships, which again is something I have to do sometimes if it doesn't seem like it's working. And obviously they saw they weren't breaking, so they think they may be thinking there's an easier target, but pretty much all 3 of mine are tanked very similarly. Okay, so this guy is approaching. I am going to stick on my Nosferatus now, and when he gets a little bit closer he's going to get double webbed, and that's going to bring his velocity down even further, which means my missiles will do more damage. and actually I can, there we go. So he's out of the way. Oh, I should have locked up the Rattlesnake already. I'm going to waste a bit of time doing that. And again, still continuing to drift out away from this guy. He is in range. I might have to turn around soon. But for now, quite happy to keep going. And get my target painters on. And as soon as I see him getting some damage, then I will also whack on my ballistics. There we go. So ballistics on. There's one thing I've kind of discovered in playing these games. If you stick your ballistics on as soon as you start shooting someone, especially with missiles, it actually takes like 5-10 seconds for your missiles to make it to the target. So if you actually activate your ballistics right at the start, you're wasting 10 to 15 seconds. Oh, okay, now I need to actually start thinking about this boundary. Let's approach the central. Yeah, so this Rattlesnake, I'm sure is going to be super tanky. Let's approach. But he's going to have 3 ravens shooting at him for a while, so it doesn't matter how tanky he is, theoretically. So yeah, again, I'm not getting any damage coming in at all now. All 3 of my ravens are on full health. Approach the central beacon, approach the central beacon. Yeah, he's got a good tank. He will start doing some damage soon, I assume, as I close in on him. Let me just check how close that boundary is. Yeah, probably a little bit closer than for comfort, but that's okay. And actually, let's put the ballistic on again. Yeah, he's active shield boosting, so he will last for a while. There is some damage now coming in on one of my ravens. Just make sure they are all approaching the central, and again I can slam the ballistics on. And again, with 3 of these guys, if I had lost a ship in that initial at the beginning, and then I was up against the 2 Rattlesnakes with just 2 of the ravens, then obviously with an active tanked Rattlesnake like this, it would be a lot more challenging to break him with just 2 ravens. But as I haven't lost a ship yet, then I can just do what I need to do. Looks like that guy's pod is trying to ram me. Yeah. Maybe he's trying to help his teammate out. Okay, so I'm gonna. Actually, I've got damage coming on. Oh, I don't know. The Rattlesnake seems to have switched target again. So yeah, I am breaking his tank once his shield drops down. I mean, it is active tank, so it'll keep popping back up. But I should start eating into his armor quite nicely. It's not the most tanky Rattlesnake. I mean, I'm looking at this, I'm doing around 3,000 a hit. There's been some where I've only been doing 2,500, so I don't know, maybe he's got a prop mod on there. Well, I don't know if he's got a prop mod because he stayed a long way out for a long time. Let's turn off, I don't know if he's shooting me again. I'll turn off my there seems to be a bit of damage on 2 of my ships. In fact, he seems to be, I don't know, it's weird. He seems to be doing a bit of damage all over the place. But yeah, I'm not really going to help him. Put on my ballistic there again. Ballistic on there. Ballistic on there. Go down soon. There we go. So first one for the evening. That one was quite long, obviously, with that Rattlesnake. It takes a bit of time. Let's jump into the next one. Again, depending on how long these take, I'll keep an eye on the time. Once we get over 20 minutes, I'll kind of play it by ear in terms of how many more fights I do. Okay, fingers crossed it's not a nightmare. Alright, let's see. Oh, we've got an Apoc, so that means I need to get my tank on ASAP on all three. And there is a nightmare. Oh, right, this is going to be tough. This is really tough, because if they've got an Apoc, that means they're going to be sniping from within the bubble. Okay, let's start moving away. Yeah, this is going to be tough. This is my worst combo. So there you go. You can, if you're in any way wondering what is my absolute worst combination, it is a nightmare accompanied by snipers. Yeah, really doesn't help, and I think actually I'm on 50% shield already. The nightmare doesn't seem too tanky, which is a bit weird. And maybe I can stay out of range. The problem is that Apocs can just shoot so far, and the other one is a Bhaalgorn, so I'm drifting out of range of the Nightmare, which is not good because it means I'm not going to be hitting him very well. The Nightmare is going down, actually. I wonder if I would be just the one he's shooting, I'll keep moving away, and the others I might just approach. Yeah, I'll leave the one that's shooting moving out, and the others I will just come back in a bit. Maybe they'll change target, which would be very handy. But yeah, my other... Well, okay, this Nightmare is going down, in which case I am going to switch onto that Apoc straight away. That is the least tanky... That is the least tanky Nightmare I have ever seen. Alright, so let's get my... Yeah, let's approach that guy. Approach. The Bhaalgorn is coming in quick now, which is going to be tough as well. My other ship is still alive, but not for much longer. So I've got to get this Apoc down quick, and then have to try and deal with the Bhaalgorn with two ships. Let's get him locked up anyway. He's going to be draining my cap super fast. Actually, let's turn off my... Okay, so actually, yeah, he's... Come on. Let's stick a couple of things on there. Need to get that Apoc down. It's doing huge damage. I'm at 50% shield on one of my Ravens. One Raven's dead already, but that Apoc is going to die, which will then put us into a death match with the Bhaalgorn. Actually, what I'm going to do with the ship that the Bhaalgorn is attacking, I'm going to try and move away, and I'm going to try and knock him down with this one. Let's turn on the shield just in case he turns. The Bhaalgorn, he won't be doing too much damage. I've still got plenty of cap. The Apoc is out of the way, so if I can stay away from him. And yeah, look, his shield is gone. Again, don't know how much tank he was sitting in that Nightmare bubble. I really don't know what that Nightmare was doing, because he died so quickly. Maybe the Nightmare was AFK. And here comes the Bhaalgorn. I can't really get... He's really coming in close now. I'm approaching on this account. Again. Yeah, I didn't really want him to target this guy, but he is. Let's focus fire, get my drones on him as well. I think I'm going to win this because I still have 28% cap. I've still got about 25% armor, and he's gone into structure now. And then I've still got one Raven that's completely okay. And yeah, I've still got 10% armor. Shield, everything is going. 21% cap. The Bhaalgorn's going to go down. So that's definitely an organised team. It's all the same corp, so they obviously had planned out what they're doing. I just don't know what the setup on that Nightmare was, because that was odd. I mean, Nightmare is supposedly tanky, and that guy just went down so quick. Didn't seem to have an active tank. Didn't seem to have any shield extenders. Didn't seem to have much resist. I mean, he had reasonable resist. I was only hitting him for about 2,500, something like that. But again, it's just weird. So anyway, that would have been my worst nightmare, the fact that they had that Apoc whacking me with that damage at range. If he'd been able to sit the whole match under that nightmare bubble, nothing I can do about it. There is another guy, Yatsuki, who flies, I don't know, he's always with a nightmare, sometimes two Apocs, and I literally just cry when I see them. There's just nothing I can do. I mean, some people are saying, oh yeah, you can't beat a nightmare with a Bhaalgorn, with a couple of Bhaalgorns, but actually for me, it's the nightmares with the Apocs that are worse. Okay, so let's jump into another one. We're up to 15 minutes on the video now. So this one will definitely probably do at least one more after this. But that last one was interesting, so at least you guys got to see a nightmare going down. I don't know how much value they are, but that team definitely is a lot more expensive than mine. In ISK value anyway. Let's see what we get this time. Okay, this is a bit more. Again, the Tempest will be primary here. First of all, I get my tank on, and then Tempest primary. Again, I assume that's the sniper. I want to get him off the field first. I am going to turn around and drift out again. The Abaddon is trying to get close. So the Abaddon is going to come in. I'm going to drift out. I haven't landed. Again, this is the problem with the Raven is you have to wait for your missiles to land, but they've landed now, so I can stick on my damage mods. Let's hope he's not too tanky. Let's hope I can kill him before the Apoc gets here. Again, Apoc will be secondary. Sorry, the Abaddon, not Apoc. Abaddon, I assume the Abaddon, it will be tanky as well, but it looks like Tempest is going down, so I don't have to worry about anyone hitting me at range. Okay, some damage coming in there, I guess, from the Tempest, so I assume that will go away. I won't use my damage control yet because it's not huge damage coming in. I'll reserve that just in case I need to. Okay, so here we go with the Abaddon. So again, a very nice ship, a very tanky ship, but it does need to get closer because it doesn't have the range of the Apoc. And it's going to be hitting. It's going to be being hit by 3 Ravens at the same time with reasonable DPS. So yeah, he's got a reasonable tank. He's got some armor. It's armor plates, I guess, is the equivalent of the shield extenders. I've actually got no skills in armor whatsoever. I've stuck with shields from day one. He's not getting too close. I guess he's using pulses, so I guess this is the optimal range for him. Yeah, they've switched target to another one of my ships. I'm going to turn off my shields here again, save a bit of cap, because I'm coming up against a Bhaalgorn in a little while. He is approaching. We are breaking the Abaddon's tank, so I'm just sticking on another ballistic on my other 2 accounts, and yeah, he's whizzing around. He's pretty fast. So if he's whizzing around like that, that probably means, or am I imagining that? Was it just the screen? Okay, maybe it was just me. Yeah, I apologize for no whizzy kind of camera angles. I'm just, as I said, with 3 accounts trying to manage them in these fights. So the Abaddon looks like he's abandoned chasing me. I'm going to keep hitting him right out. Maybe they're going to try and hold on the central beacon, in which case that's fine. Okay, so he is now out of range, so I am going to start approaching the central beacon. It doesn't look like he's got an active tank, so I don't need to worry about him. He can keep doing his... So yeah, these guys have wised up, so they're going for the central beacon. I will start approaching. Again, it's fine, kind of a long way. If they don't start approaching, I'll just sit at 105 and start hitting them. They're just kind of running away right now. Again, I can turn my tank off because I don't think there's any damage coming out, so I can turn my my active tank off for now until I see some damage. This is where I said yesterday it was really annoying. Had that fight against the Nightmare and 2 Rattlesnakes, did take down the Nightmare, was up against 2 Rattlesnakes, I had 2 Ravens left, and then didn't realise they'd switched onto my other Raven, and I'd turned off my shield booster on one of them in anticipation of a long fight, and didn't realise that they'd changed over, and I was down to like 25% shield before I noticed. And it really did get down to the wire, that one, because I got in on the central beacon. I had a web. I was holding one of the Rattlesnakes off the central beacon, and the timer was counting down. If I'd had 2 ships, probably would have been able to hold them both out, but unfortunately not. So let me just check. Approaching central beacon. Maybe these guys are just going to run out the other side. I don't know if they're... Whatever happens, they're going to have to come back in at some point. The Bhaalgorn is just staying out there. I'm not getting any damage coming in. Does mean that this video is going to be... It's probably only going to have one more fight after this, because it's taking up a long time. Yeah. So they're 121 kilometers. So they'll be approaching the boundary on the other side, the safe zone. So they will have to start coming in. Yeah, the Bhaalgorn is looks like it's making some moves now. Abaddon is staying out there. I may switch onto the Bhaalgorn because it's going to come in first. They probably think I'm useless. They probably think they're gonna get up close and kill me immediately. They don't realise that I've actually got quite a meaty tank on this as well. Yeah, they're staying. Well, it looked like the Bhaalgorn was coming in, but it doesn't seem so. Again, it's inevitable now for them. 111 kilometers. Yeah, if I were them, I'd bring the Bhaalgorn in and at least make me switch target, but they don't seem to be doing that. The Abaddon seems to be coming in first. Again, he will have his 3 shield extenders back now. I assume it's 3, not shield extenders, armor plates. So the safe zone is continuing to shrink. I'm getting close to the center, which means that they're going to run out of space on that side. So they'll be forced to come into range, and I'm pretty sure that Abaddon will go down long before the Bhaalgorn becomes a threat. Just keep an eye on my ships, make sure there's no damage coming in, nothing so far. I don't know if they kind of expected me just to keep flying towards the safe zone, and I don't know. Okay, so here we go. My first ship is just getting in range of the Abaddon, so I will, once I see him taking some damage, I will stick on my ballistic. There we go. Let's see. 102, 101. Okay, my first missile round should be reaching him right now. Okay, there's the ballistic going on there. There's his first extender, and then I'm turning my ballistics on the other 2 now. So I might as well keep approaching. As I said, I think this Abaddon will go down long before the Bhaalgorn becomes a threat. Was that his... I'm not sure if that was his 2nd armor plate or his 3rd, but anyway. Keep going down. Are they shooting anyone? They don't seem to be shooting me. He's going to structure. I can actually activate. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to actually approach him directly with this guy. I'll get some webs on him. Again, some damage coming in now. I will hold on to my shield booster for a little bit, give him some confidence. Again, my ballistics on the other account are free to start again. Yeah. So his shield, oh sorry, his armor plates are going on there, but the amount of, he's not very well. You can see I'm hitting him for 9,000, so literally the moment he puts his plate on, it's being wiped out by another salvo. So he's approaching. I'm going to approach him as well. I will put my damage control on now to depress him. I will put my shield booster on, and now I'm going to hit him. Oh, I was going to hit him with 2 webs, but he's gone already. All right. Okay, so let's see what we get next. Okay, this is now up to 25 minutes, so this is definitely going to be the last fight for tonight. I think it's only the 4th, or is it the 5th? I'm not sure. We shall see. So let's see what we're facing here. Okay, so we've got an Apoc and an Abaddon. So it's a Tempest again. Is it the same guys? Maybe it's the same guys. Okay, we'll take down the Tempest first again. I'm not going to run away. I'm just going to orbit here for a second. Let's just see. Because these guys might actually run out of range themselves if they do what they're doing last time. They're not shooting me yet. So I don't want them to run away too quickly. Let's get my target painters onto the Tempest, and I'm hitting him now, so let's put all the ballistics on there as well. His shield is gone. They're not hitting anybody. Yeah, the Abaddon is moving away. Wow, these guys, they learned their lesson from last time. So, alright, so let's target the Abaddon now. He's closer. Again, no damage coming in. So I'm going to turn off my active tank on all ships, and I'm just going to approach the central beacon. It does happen sometimes if you immediately go straight into a fight. If there's no one else in the queue, you often get placed up against the same people again, which is a bit annoying if they've just destroyed you. Okay, let's see what their plan is this time. Maybe the Bhaalgorn's going to make a run for it this time. Maybe they're going to suicide on the edge of the safe zone. I don't know. Maybe they're just going to waste my time. But basically the ball's in their court now. I'm not fast enough to chase them around. So let's see what they do. Yeah, the Bhaalgorn's continuing to drift away. I am shooting missiles at the Abaddon, but obviously a long way beyond my range. Maybe they don't know my range is 105. Maybe that's why they're running quite so far. But I'm happy I didn't actually back away from them as I usually do that time, because otherwise I would have got out of range on the Tempest pretty quickly as well. But as it was, Tempest just popped. I guess that Tempest is some kind of max damage sniper. Just not expecting to come up a team that kind of obliterates it quite so quickly. So we'll get to the central beacon. Oh, they're taking damage from the safe zone. Okay, so they're going to have to come back in soon, or they're going to be dead. It's very nice because stripping. Oh, he's awake because he's stuck on his shield extenders. The Bhaalgorn, let's look up the Bhaalgorn, just See if he's, oh yeah. Well, that's quite handy. Are they going to move back in? I mean, even if they move back in now, they're screwed. So they might just as well suicide there, I guess. Yeah, deny me the kills. Okay, well, there you go, guys. I can't remember how many fights that was. There was that Nightmare one was the best of the selection tonight, and as I said, it was an unexpected win. Won, I think, well, I'm not sure if it was 4 or 5 games there, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to finish this now. Yeah, it's up to 30 minutes already, so thank you very much for watching. If you did like it, please do like and subscribe. Take care. Good night.